Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The trait of utilizing knowledge and experience with common sense and insight. The quality of being prudent and sensible. Ability to apply knowledge or experience or understanding or common sense and insight. An apocryphal book consisting mainly of a meditation on wisdom. Although ascribed to Solomon, it was probably written in the 1st century BC. Accumulated knowledge or erudition or enlightenment. The trait of utilizing knowledge and experience with common sense and insight. The quality of being prudent and sensible. The muscle tone of healthy tissue. The quality of being prudent and sensible. A state or condition free from damage or decay. Ability to apply knowledge or experience or understanding or common sense and insight. An apocryphal book consisting mainly of a meditation on wisdom. Although ascribed to Solomon, it was probably written in the 1st century BC. A distinguishing feature of your personal nature. That which is pleasing or valuable or useful. Weigh the good against the bad. Articles of commerce. With or in a close or intimate relationship. A good friend. Moral excellence or admirableness. There is much good to be found in people. Exerting force or influence. A warranty good for 2 years. Promoting or enhancing well-being. The experience was good for her. Often used as a combining form, in a good or proper or satisfactory manner or to a high standard. Good is a non-standard dialectal variant for well. The baby can walk pretty good. Tending to promote physical well-being, beneficial to health. A good night's sleep. Appealing to the mind. Good music. Of moral excellence. A genuinely good person. Not left to spoil. The meat is still good. In excellent physical condition. Good teeth. Not forged. A good dollar bill. Having the normally expected amount. Gives good measure. Completely and absolutely good is sometimes used informally for thoroughly. We beat him good. Deserving of esteem and respect. Ruined the family's good name. Resulting favorably. It's a good thing that I wasn't there. Having or showing knowledge and skill and aptitude. A good mechanic. Financially safe. A good investment. Most suitable or right for a particular purpose. A good time to plant tomatoes. Agreeable or pleasing. We all had a good time. Benefit. For your own good. Capable of pleasing. Good looks. Generally admired. Good taste. Having desirable or positive qualities, especially those suitable for a thing specified. Good news from the hospital. Morally admirable. Thorough. Had a good workout. That which is pleasing or valuable or useful. Moral excellence or admirableness. The technical knowledge and skill required to do something. The state of being contented with your situation in life. He relaxed in sleepy contentedness. The amount that can be contained. What a communication that is about something is about. Satisfied or showing satisfaction with things as they are. A contented smile. The sum or range of what has been perceived, discovered, or learned. Something, a person or object or scene, selected by an artist or photographer for graphic representation. Usually plural, everything that is included in a collection and that is held or included in something. He emptied the contents of his pockets. Make content. I am contented. Satisfy in a limited way. He contented himself with 1 glass of beer per day. The proportion of a substance that is contained in a mixture or alloy, etc. The sum or range of what has been perceived, discovered, or learned. The sum or range of what has been perceived, discovered, or learned. Wisdom is evidenced by the possession of knowledge. His knowledgeability impressed me. The trait of forming opinions by distinguishing and evaluating. The mental ability to understand and discriminate between relations. The trait of forming opinions by distinguishing and evaluating. The mental ability to understand and discriminate between relations. The power of making free choices unconstrained by external agencies. The trait of judging wisely and objectively. Knowing how to avoid embarrassment or distress. The servants showed great tact and discretion. Refined taste, tact. Freedom to act or judge on one's own. Wisdom in the management of public affairs. Wisdom in the management of public affairs. Wisdom is evidenced by the possession of knowledge. His dullness was due to lack of initiation. An act that sets in motion some course of events. The act of starting something for the first time, introducing something new. She looked forward to her initiation as an adult. A formal entry into an organization or position or office. His initiation into the club. The trait of forming opinions by distinguishing and evaluating. Good judgment. Wisdom in the management of public affairs. Negotiation between nations. Subtly skillful handling of a situation. Perception of that which is obscure. The trait of judging wisely and objectively. A man of discernment. Delicate discrimination, especially of aesthetic values. The mental ability to understand and discriminate between relations. The cognitive condition of someone who understands. Wisdom is evidenced by the possession of knowledge. The state of having good sense and sound judgment. The quality of being plausible or acceptable to a reasonable person. The property of being moderate in price or expenditures. The store is famous for the reasonableness of its prices. Goodness of reason and judgment. The judiciary is built on the reasonableness of judges. Moderation in expectations. Without greater reasonableness by both parties we will never settle this matter. The quality of being advisable. They questioned the advisability of our policy. The act of judging or assessing a person or situation or event. The capacity to assess situations or circumstances shrewdly and to draw sound conclusions. The cognitive process of reaching a decision or drawing conclusions. The legal document stating the reasons for a judicial decision. The mental ability to understand and discriminate between relations. Law, the determination by a court of competent jurisdiction on matters submitted to it. An opinion formed by judging something. Intelligence manifested by being astute, as in business dealings. The intellectual ability to penetrate deeply into ideas. Intellectual depth, penetrating knowledge, keen insight, etc. The quality of being physically deep. The profundity of the mind was almost a mile. Wisdom that is recondite and abstruse and profound. The intellectual ability to penetrate deeply into ideas. The act of judging or assessing a person or situation or event. They criticized my judgment of the contestants. The capacity to assess situations or circumstances shrewdly and to draw sound conclusions. The cognitive process of reaching a decision or drawing conclusions. The legal document stating the reasons for a judicial decision. The mental ability to understand and discriminate between relations. Law, the determination by a court of competent jurisdiction on matters submitted to it. An opinion formed by judging something. He was reluctant to make his judgment known. The extent downward or backward or inward. The depth of the water. The intellectual ability to penetrate deeply into ideas. Degree of psychological or intellectual profundity. The attribute or quality of being deep, strong, or intense. The depth of his breathing. Usually plural, a low moral state. He had sunk to the depths of addiction. Intellectual depth, penetrating knowledge, keen insight, etc. The profoundness of the silence. The quality of being physically deep. Wisdom that is recondite and abstruse and profound. The intellectual ability to penetrate deeply into ideas. Extremeness of degree. The profoundness of his ignorance.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.